역사를 사랑하시는 설민석 선생님 뺨치는 여기 역사 선생님 웨슬리가 있습니다. 오늘도 다음 주 시험을 내주면서 수업을 마무리하는데
I'm fine.
패기 있게 구라를 치고 돌아온 브룩.
I lied. Trust me, they're over it. And they expect me to be over it.
사실
too.
그녀는 오빠를
It's
잃은
like to
슬픔이
them, he
있었습니다.
never even existed.
Brooke, every person reaches a point in their life when they ask themselves this question. There's nothing wrong with you asking it too.
You never let anything get to you. How do you do that?
브룩의 질문에 선생님은 예수님을 통해 가능하다고
Jesus.
이야기하며 상담을 마무리합니다.
First in India under Gandhi, and then later here in the United States under Dr. King and others as a means of achieving civil rights. But what makes nonviolence so radical is its unwavering commitment to a nonviolent approach, not just initially, but in the face of escalating persecution by the opposing force. Yes.
Isn't that sort of like what Jesus meant when he said that we should love our enemies?
Yes. The writer of the Gospel of Matthew records Jesus as saying, "You have heard it said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you will be children."
웨슬리 선생님은 이에 대해 친절하게 답하여 줍니다. 그나저나 수업 시간에 핸드폰은 만국 공통인가 봅니다.
And remarks allegedly made by Jesus.
Yes, that's correct.
And your answer incorporated specific detailed reference to those teachings.
알고 봤더니 한 학생이 예수님에 대한 언급을 신고한 것이었고 이에 대한 징계 심사가 열린다는 통보를 받습니다.
I'm fairly certain the school board will disagree.
웨슬리는 국선 변호사 협회를 통해 뭔가 내켜 보이지 않는 짬밥이 제일 낮은 변호사를 만납니다.
Hired on from the public defender's office. Happy with me? You're on your own. You're free to hire your own attorney out of your own pocket. Educational law isn't exactly a common specialty.
So what's the good news?
I don't like to lose, and I'm willing to fight for you.
I assume Ms. Wesley understands that this board has the power to recommend any number of disciplinary actions, up to and including.
I may have a solution. There might be a way around all of this unpleasantness that would satisfy all parties. A disciplinary notice.
징계 심사 가운데 양측의 합의 가운데 웨슬리의 사과와 앞으로는 절대 이런 언급을 하지 않겠다는 약속을 요구합니다.
Confessing the inappropriateness of and apologizing for her actions.
Grace, this is exactly what we're hoping for. I mean, this is the part where you say you're sorry, thank your lawyer, go back to your classroom, pick up your life and move on.
하지만 그녀는 자신이 잘못한 것이 없고 단지 학생의 질문에 솔직한 답변을 한 것이라고 주장합니다. 사실 이게 맞지.
Grace, you don't want to do this. It's the wrong decision.
I would rather stand with God and be judged by the world than stand with the world and be judged by God. I am not going to be afraid to say the name Jesus.
Ask any fourth grader, they're probably familiar with the phrase
결국 이 사건은 법원으로 넘어가게 됩니다. 소송자는 브룩의 부모님, 그들의 변호사는 웨슬리가 종교적인 독단을 수업 시간에 행했다며 정교 분리의 원칙 위반을 내세웁니다.
to hearing the teachings of Jesus Christ being favorably compared to the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi. We all know that Jesus is part of a particular religious tradition. These parents who are trying to raise a daughter to be a free thinker, free of any religious dogma, are wholly offended.
I have here a copy of the Constitution of the United States of America and its Bill of Rights. Arguably the two most important documents in the history of our great nation. You know what you won't find in there? No matter how hard you look. The phrase separation of church and state. That phrase comes from a letter written by Thomas
이에 맞서
Jefferson.
변호사 톰은 정교 분리의 진짜 의미를 말하며 그의 주장은 웨슬리의 기본권인 종교의 자유를 침해하는 것이라고 말합니다.
Mr. Kane will insist loudly and often that faith isn't on trial here. But that is exactly what is on trial. The most basic human right of all, the right to believe.
My name is Lee Strobel. I'm a professor of Christian thought at Houston Baptist University and the author of more than 20 books about Christianity, including The Case for Christ.
이분의 이야기를 듣고 싶으면 오른쪽 상단 버튼을 눌러주세요.
Absolutely. Beyond any reasonable doubt. We can reconstruct the basic facts about Jesus just from non-Christian sources outside the Bible. And Gerd Ludemann is an atheist. In other words, we can prove the existence of Jesus solely by using sources that have absolutely no sympathy toward Christianity. As the agnostic historian Bart Ehrman says, Jesus did exist, whether we like it or not. I put it this way. Denying the existence of Jesus doesn't make him go away. It merely proves that no amount of evidence will convince you.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Game, your witness.
No questions, Your Honor.
That's lunch.
전문가가 나타나니 바로 꼬리를 내리는 변호사님. 휴정 후 갑자기 부르기 법정에 들어옵니다.
She was just trying to help me.
Brock, order! I'll have order! Young lady, your youth is no excuse for disturbing the sanctity of this court.
But this case is supposed to be about me.
Did Ms. Wesley refer you to any kind of psychological counseling?
그녀는 자신의 의지로 증인이 되겠다고 말을 하며 선생님의 무죄를 증명하려 하다가 결국 똥을 싸버리고 맙니다.
I could tell that she really cared. I asked her how she kept it all together so well, and she said, Jesus.
So she's the one who brought up Jesus. Risk of seeming redundant. Do you think any of this, the Bible readings, the question about Jesus in class, the newfound commitment to Christianity, is it likely that any of that would have occurred without Miss Wesley's direct involvement?
No, it wouldn't.
이 시각 전국적으로 이슈가 된 이번 재판을 놓고 많은 사람들이 법원 앞에서 대립 구조를 이루고 있습니다.
Are we missing someone?
Sorry, Your Honor. My apologies to the court. Your Honor, I have one final witness to call. Grace Wesley.
마지막 최종 증인 신문을 하는 시간. 그는 웨슬리 선생님을 증인으로 신청합니다.
Given the witness's reluctance to testify, can I have the court's permission to treat her as a hostile witness?
You may proceed at your own peril.
Grace, I want you to do something for me. Something for everyone in this courtroom. I want you to apologize. I want you to say you're sorry
어리둥절한 그녀
and that you
앞에서
made a
당장
mistake.
사과하라고 말하는 톰.
Do it, Grace.
하지만 그녀는 잘못한 게 없기에 할 수 없다고 말합니다.
Why can't you do that, Grace?
Because I don't believe I did anything wrong.
Well, as your attorney, I'm advising you to do it anyway. Oh, that's right. The other night, didn't you tell me that Jesus spoke to you personally?
Why are you doing this?
I'm the one asking the questions, Miss Wesley. Did you or did you not
그리고
tell me that
그녀에게
Jesus spoke
하나님께서
to you
하신 말이
personally?
무엇이냐고 물어봅니다.
Yes.
And what did he say? I'll make it easier for you. Didn't you say that he asked you a question?
That was personal. You weren't supposed to.
I don't care. The other night, you told me that Jesus asked you something. What did he ask you, Grace?
Who do you say that I am?
And what did you answer?
You are the Christ, the Son of the living God.
그렇습니다. 그녀는 지극히 개인적인 신앙의 관계를 맺고 있던 것이었습니다.
Your Honor, I think we've all heard quite enough.
Ms. Emma, are you looking to change your client's plea?
No, Your Honor. I say she's innocent of all wrongdoing. But I'm asking the jury to find against her anyway. I mean, let's face it. She has the audacity to believe not only that there is a God, but that she has a personal relationship with him, which colors everything that she says and does. I think it's time that we stop pretending that we can trust a person like this to serve in a public capacity. That a
그리고
Christian's right to
국가는
believe
개인의
is
신앙을
subordinate to
공적인
all of her rights,
자리에서는
then it's
조금도
not a
나타내서는
right.
안 된다고 하며
Somebody is always
기독교인의
going to
믿을
be
권리를
offended.
하등
2000
취급하는
years of
행동을
human
하고
history proves
있다는
that.
것이었습니다.
So I say we get
이러한
on with it.
톰의 주장은 사실상 연방정부인 법원을 비판하는 주장이기에 사실상 졌다고 생각할 수밖에 없었습니다.
And how do you find?
We, the jury, find in favor of Grace Wesley.
하지만 배심원들은 그녀의 손을 들어줍니다. 많은 기독교인들은 환호하고 상대편 변호인단도 약간 전도가 된 듯합니다.
We are adjourned.
그리고 그들은 당당하게 외칩니다.